Aussie Shardy Masterclass. Select which region is king of this is just awesome because I've always had a thing about this. Controversial opinion is that I don't believe Adelaide Hills is the pinnacle region for Chardonnay, but a lot of winemakers here believe that. And to be fair, they make, for the most part, a lot of my friends make some really delicious Chardonnays up here, but I actually really like Margaret River.
My name is Jo. I am the venue manager at Mother Vine in Adelaide. I have not properly studied wine, but I do love drinking it. I typically don't enjoy Chardonnay at all. The only Chardonnay I've really had that I enjoyed was from New South Wales. So I'm very interested to see what varieties I actually do enjoy so that I can learn more about it.
Wine number one. This is the first time that we're gonna go 6 for 6 on the varietal guessing. So I'm gonna identify this pretty early on as looking like Chardonnay in the glass. It's got that classic Chardonnay look to it as a white wine.
And in the nice big sort of bowl-shaped glass.
Yeah, dude, it's Chardonnay. It smells like butter. I like it.
Very buttery, very sweet.
Oaky, vanilla, nectarines, like straight off the bat.
Does have a fair bit of like new oak on it. I do like the buttery, the vanilla-y, the like rich textural sort of thing. When you get into like savory Chardonnay, I'm like, just buy the barrels.
I'm more of a savory girl. That's why I don't specifically like South Australian Chardonnays that I have tried.
It is sharp, it is driven. Like I said, it was really opulent on the nose. I was evidently very concerned that it was gonna be too opulent on the palate. Absolutely, like, not even a thing. Like, this is really, really good.
Very citrusy, actually. That's actually quite nice. It's not too buttery.
Delicious. Maybe I just like Chardonnay now. That's fucking tasty. I don't know the regions of Australia that make Chardonnay, so instead of trying to guess each region, I'm gonna try and guess sort of like if it's a cool, a medium, or a warm climate. Medium climate.
From a coolish climate, probably from Victoria.
Call it somewhere in Victoria.
This is gonna be fun tasting. If this is where it's starting. Minimum 80 bucks a bottle and 12.
Personally, I'd probably spend about $25 on it, and I'd probably buy 2 or 3.
Here, that's gonna be 55 bucks a bottle, and I'll have 6 of them.
That is a crazy start. Nice. Ooh, okay. One of these things is not like the other.
Okay, so the first one was like subtly integrated oak. This one is like getting hit in the face with a cricket bat.
Well, that is a dramatically different smell.
There is a caramelized toastiness to it, which really indicates obviously the liberal use of oak.
Hot oak, spicy wood.
I don't love it, but it's definitely very drinkable.
Wow, even like this honeyed back palate. It's really quite interesting.
Like that one less. I think that's a warmer climate.
I would probably pay maybe $33 for that, and I'd probably buy 6 to 12.
40 bucks a bottle. I'll have 3 of those, warm.
I think this is like a constructed Chardonnay. I think it's been done very well, and I would hope, respectfully, like a lower quality or a more value-driven Chardonnay. 35. I would buy 6.
Righty, number 3. Oh, the scent of that one is so different to the others.
You see little bubbly boys in there? What's that about? Is this a sparkling Chardonnay?
It's just so quiet on the nose, and there is this slight stewed green bean vegetable thing. I just wish it was like the first two.
Okay, that one is quite buttery. That one's very smooth, very sweet.
It's good. It's great. Definitely a skinsy style of thing.
That doesn't taste like Chardonnay at all. It tastes like some European varietal that makes like really fruit-forward wines. I quite like it. It's quite tropical.
Smoother, sweeter. I'm gonna go Northern Territory. Probably pay about $25 for that one, and I might buy 3.
Personally willing to part with 20 bucks, and I will buy 1 bottle. And I'm sure I probably know you in the industry, and I'm so sorry.
30 bucks, I'll have 3 bottles of it. Not a fan.
Wine number 4. All right, this looks lean, mean, and fresh.
I think the first 2 are obviously Chardonnay. These next 2, nondescript, non-evident that they are the varietal that they are. We know they're Chardonnays.
It doesn't really smell like anything.
Wow, super muted on the nose.
Ooh, that's a South Australian Chardonnay.
It's not bad. I still haven't had the one yet. Like these are all sort of like more oaky. I want like butter and vanilla. Like I want these to taste like pancakes.
Oak is sitting a little bit apart. It feels yogurty, like apricot yogurt.
If I was gonna buy that, I would probably buy maybe $17. Probably just buy 1.
40 bucks a bottle. And I'll have 3 once again.
Alone, this wine here would probably, it's amongst some really, really, really good wines. I would spend probably 55 and I would probably buy 6. It's got all the sort of components there. It's just quiet.
What the f? That smells like pine lime ice block.
This is lean. This is basically unwooded Chardonnay.
This one also doesn't have much of a smell. Ooh, very Chardonnay.
Dude, if that's expensive, I'll be shocked. It's nice, I like it. It's probably my favorite of the things that we've had so far. It doesn't really taste like Chardonnay, it just sort of tastes like a Fiano Riesling-y sort of thing.
Kind of textural, kind of fun. Probably wouldn't go like stellar price point for it. Let's say 38, and I would totally buy 6.
I would probably maybe spend 20. It's slightly nicer than the last one. I'd probably just buy one.
I'll probably get a dozen of it. Really like it, but not Chardonnay. It's confused me.
Finally, lucky last, another Chardonnay.
Please be vanilla-y. Be the one.
Reminds me of, is it Paper Wasp? That little Hunter Valley number. Very well executed. It's just all class.
None of these Chardonnays are my favorite Chardonnay in Australia. When it comes to Chard, I've got quite expensive taste, which is why I tend not to drink it too much. Like I'll just drink Riesling for 25 bucks a bottle.
That one is very smooth and very buttery.
I'll pay 40 bucks for that. I'll get 3.
Probably spend maybe 25.
I would go 55 bucks a bottle and I'd buy 12 of that.
This was a very enjoyable test to sort of see the differences between the different places.
Let's see what Brendan and our special guest has to say. All right, Chardonnay.
Yes!
Also, step up to the table, otherwise you're going to look like a tiny person. Yeah, the depth of field is nuts. Joy, how'd you go with the Chardonnays? You said that you don't really like drinking Chardonnay. Did you find
Yeah.
anything in here that you didn't hate?
I did like number 2.
Okay,
but
cool.
I did not love it.
You're not incorrect.
I just liked it more than I hated the others.
Hey, that's
Cool,
a really
that's fair.
sensible way to go about
Yeah.
wine tasting.
Yes.
I really enjoyed this, and the fact that they're apparently from 6 different,
Six different
completely different
regions.
regions. I think they are varied enough to be able to take like reasonable stabs at like climate, for example. But then there's also some winemaking differences
Oh,
here
yeah,
as well,
dude.
which really kind of throws you for 6.
Wine number 1, starting out strong for me.
Shit hot. This was one of those wines that, I don't know, it just tickled hard in my brain that went straight to either Margaret River or Tasmania, and I was just smitten with it.
I was like, okay, I don't know if this is my favorite sort of Chardonnay, so I went 6 bottles, but then I tasted the rest of them, went back to it and was like, nah, this actually rules. So
Yeah.
I ended up getting a dozen of it. I
Yeah.
guessed Yarra. I thought it was like a medium climate.
Cool.
It's 55 bucks. I wanted a dozen of it. This is my wine of the lineup, just straight off the bat.
12 for 80.
3 for 25.
I so hope that you were right. That would be so
Me
good.
too. We have
50 bucks.
50
Dude, Beechworth. We were just
Yeah,
there.
we were just there. So this was Mark Walpole is behind this. He's one of like the preeminent Australian viticulturalists, sort of bar none. High country, Victoria.
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 Victoria, well
I got
done.
one.
You got
I got
one.
one.
Very
One for
impressive wines out of Beechworth.
It tastes like $50 Australian Chardonnay at least.
Dude, it's 50 bucks.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, it's
bargain.
50 bucks.
Yeah, it's-
and it's open. I'm drinking that tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
Wine number 2. Like when you smell this, you're like, oh yeah, they're not fucking around with their oak usage. I think it's old oak, not new oak.
So I would have said that they're both new oak here.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's definitely an artistic intent to put that type of oak there.
You were saying that
I
this is your
really liked
favourite,
it.
hey?
I
Yeah.
really liked it. I
It's-
think because it was a bit more Riesling Sauv Blanc leaning, I like it with the acidity. I like that.
For a
The
person that
smell
doesn't
is
like Chardonnay,
intense.
this is the most Chardonnay
It is so
Chardonnay on the
intense.
table.
That's because I'm used to buttery, smooth,
Yeah.
sweet, and I'm
Yeah.
not really a sweet wine drinker.
It was my number 2. I
Yeah.
had this as, just because of the way the oak sat and the way the fruit sat, I thought this was the value number. This is punching, I think, really high for what it is. So I was like, an ambitious 35 bucks.
I
And
did
I did 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did 40 bucks for 3. Also, I've thought of something that's very funny, but I don't know if either of you are going to get the reference, which is opulence. You, oak, everything. Nothing?
No.
Nah, cool. Anyway, watch Drag Race.
51.
$51.
Margaret River. Margaret River, Domaine Naturaliste.
That labeling is interesting.
Gorgeous.
Dude, it's very piratey. Like
Very
that is,
piratey.
yeah.
Very
On the back they
Australian.
say butterscotch, texture, funky
Funky
French
French
oak.
Yeah, dude. Spot on.
Funky
Very
French
funky.
oak.
Funky French
That
oak.
is some funky, I'll be honest.
Very funky.
It's very funky French
Very,
oak.
It
very.
is. Wine number 3. We started going, like, the rest
Okay.
of these wines, man, like, I wouldn't have called Chardonnay unless I knew they were Chardonnay.
This one here is skin contact shard in my head.
I thought it was maybe Barossa. I don't know. I thought it was hot, so I don't even know if they grow Chardonnay out in the Barossa too much.
They do, probably shouldn't.
I agree. You might end
I
up with
agree.
wines that taste like that. I was 3 bottles for 30 bucks. Didn't take me at all, this
Did
one.
3 for 25.
1 for 20.
Yeah, okay. Oh no. Oh, sorry, BK. I just don't look, dude. I'm sure he sells a shitload of this, and I'm sure there's a lot of people who really like it.
I'm so sorry.
It's
The Fall Chardonnay, single vineyard, Carey Gully, very, very amazing vineyard. Not looking its best today. So
really
far
like
though,
a
they're
lot of
all
his
50
wine.
bucks.
Yeah, what's up with that,
They're all
dog?
like 50.
One number 4.
You really did not like this one
Interesting.
at all.
I think
It
you
is
could be
so
right.
sour.
There is a lot of sulfur on the nose there.
Yeah,
there
like
is.
molecular,
Yeah.
prickles the nose,
Yeah.
probably Tasmanian.
Yeah, could
Like
be.
look at the colour of it as
Sure.
well, super lean.
This is the sort of white wine, like, I know that a lot of people like wines of this style. It gives me reflux. Like, I
Yeah,
can feel it going
yeah,
down,
so
and
acidic.
I find it so unpleasant.
Like I think it's a red herring. I don't think it's Tasmanian. I think it's Adelaide Hills that's been picked really early to retain its acidity. I was big on it. I was like 55 and 6.
Oh, shit.
Wow,
Okay.
I was 17 and 1.
17!
I was like, I would only buy this bottle if someone I really love.
Sounded like you would buy this one bottle for someone you'd really hate.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
Yeah. Old oak.
He's 56.
56.
It is Canobolas
What's
from
that?
Orange. And you
Really? The
You
only
were-
place I said I liked
Chardonnay
Chardonnay
from.
I hated it.
At
Wow.
high altitude in Orange, 820 metres, which I imagine you would be because New South Wales is pretty
Yeah.
wet, you know? Wow, some
Wow.
really cool. Orange produces some really amazing Chardonnays and orange wines, actually.
Yeah.
All of them are actually orange wines.
This smells like goon. This
Is this the
doesn't.
unwooded number?
This doesn't smell like Chardonnay at all.
For me, this is like unwooded Chard, or it's Chardonnay that's been in an old barrel and been badinage.
I really liked it, but that doesn't taste like Chardonnay at all. I suppose it's more of an indication of me just being so used to Chardonnays that look and taste like this.
Yes.
That when you get something that is actually showing you what Chardonnay grapes taste like, as opposed to all that tertiary work that gets done down here.
Oh, I still want a 6 though, 38 bucks. I didn't think it was going to be that much.
1 for 20.
I think it was going to be about $18 a litre.
60.
Oh,
The most expensive
I'm
wine
so
so
off.
far.
That's nuts. Who's
60.
making this?
That
Oh, it's
is-
Dr. Edge.
Is it the Ennui again? No, this is
Tasmania.
normal Chardonnay.
Tasmania.
Yeah, we love-
controversial.
we
I actually
love
mentioned
Reggie.
him with his Ennui. I mean, he's not up there at the moment, but he won a lot of the wines of the
won a lot
weeks
of the wines of
last
the
year.
weeks.
Dredgy, a little bit of oak. Tiny.
Actually, no, fuck that, man. I like this one. Keep making it like that.
Still, I wanted to pay for it and I loved it.
Yeah, that's cool. Finally, wine number 6, meh.
Really? This was my other contender for one lineup.
Ooh.
55 and 12, please.
Put 25 and 2. It just had quite a sour aftertaste. The actual wine itself was nice and smooth. The afterwards, I just felt very, very acidic.
$40, 3 bottles. Has sort of like a...
I'm feeling this. I definitely made the right decision for me.
Taking
That
2
one wasn't your
bottles.
favourite?
Taking 2 bottles home tonight.
This is a good wine, man.
Listen to the professional, not the person who doesn't like Chardonnay.
Well, it depends. If you're like Brendan, listen to him. If you're
No,
like
but-
us,
and if
listen
you
to
don't
Think
us.
about
like
winemakers.
Chardonnay, go these ones.
Because we taste wine all the time, and that's not to say that people in the trade don't,
Of course.
but we taste unfinished wine.
Yeah.
So we taste wines that are either too acidic or under acidic or like too tannic, and we're trying to fix it. Like I see your astringency, and you're right. There is totally a bitterness here that makes this a difficult drink to drink.
Yeah.
But I am salivating, and
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck yeah, give me that pain.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's like I said, it's masochistic.
The only thing it feels.
It's
Yeah.
I hurt myself to feel alive.
Yeah.
I reckon this is going to be like $120 now, having had that conversation.
I had 55 and 12.
40 and 3. It's $50 again.
What is
50.
that?
Everything's 50.
Yarra!
Yara.
Yara
Oh,
was
Noah
going to
will
show
be
up eventually.
proud. Oh,
Victoria.
mate, Salo Wines. This one's a new producer for me. I've not seen this one before. Pretty cool, fun label, but not dissimilar really in sort of...
Yeah.
It's got barking down the same kind of tree.
Yeah.
You know, if these were like fuzzied out a little
Yeah.
bit.
Black and brown.
kind of
They do a better job burning the edges on their label, so it looks a little bit more rustic. But other than that, so
That's a good one.
wine of the lineup.
Ooh, which one were we all on? We were all on number one?
I still want to say number 2.
Number 2.
But
Oh,
I
no,
did,
number
but
2.
I did enjoy number 1. I did.
I was
enjoy
pretty big
one.
on number 2 as well. How were
Yeah.
you on 1 and 2?
I
think it's between those two.
These are my favourites,
Yeah,
so I'm
I feel
happy
like
to go
in
with
terms
2.
of drinkability.
We've got a
Smooth.
guess here.
The toasty number. Domaine Naturaliste. What did I say? Margaret River. Margaret River is
Margaret
gonna
River
win.
Chardonnay does rule. Joe, thanks so much for hanging
Thank
out.
you. Thanks so
Mate,
much for having me.
I reckon
Sorry
you
that-
nailed it.
Yeah, sorry that we picked your least favourite grape variety
Oh,
to show
no.
you.
The thing is, I wanted to taste them so that I could know, because I haven't had Chardonnay in
And have
a
you
couple of
learned
years.
anything?
I have learned a bit. Yeah. I've learned that this one's great.
Anyway, guys, we'll see you next week when we torment another venue manager, I'd imagine. Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
Thank you.